Further details about AMD's Ryzen roadmap have leaked out from Informatica Cero, via video cards. It looks like AMD will be adopting an inflection optimization approach that is vaguely reminiscent of Intel's old tick-tock schema. The inflection iterations will introduce new processor technologies and new processor cores, while as optimization will, well, optimize the architecture further. AMD's desktop roadmap for Zen architecture leaks out from special event, 7nm Zen 2 lineup landing. In 2019 all of this information was revealed at a special event for retailers and distributors that AMD held recently. Not only does it provide a stable picture of the flurry of codenames we have been hearing about for quite some time now, but also introduces some new names as well as the company's new schema, inflection and optimization. Here is the official roadmap for AMD's desktop platform. 2018 will be a year of optimization and increasing efficiency, and process maturity will be a focus for AMD. Pinnacle Ridge and Raven Ridge as well as Threadripper 2nd generation all constitute part of this plan to roll out the Zen Plus lineup. We can expect increased clock speeds and modest performance improvements over the last generation. In 2019 however, AMD expects to enter the inflection phase and will transition to 7nm. Threadripper will be succeeded by the 7nm head variant codenamed Castle Peak. This might or might not be a pun to Intel's Knights Landing series of processors. Matisse will succeed Pinnacle Ridge on the mainstream CPU side, while Picasso will succeed Raven Ridge. All of these 7nm products will be officially called the Zen 2 lineup. We have actually heard quite a bit about Matisse and Starship as well as the Zen 2 platform, with both originally rumored to arrive in 2018, which I pointed out as unlikely. AMD Starship is also based on the 7nm process and Zen 2 architecture, and will be a server CPU to go against Intel's Xeon Phi series. Considering the fact that Starship will be based on the 7nm process, not only will it be more economically viable, in terms of cost effectiveness and dollar per transistor, than the 14nm implementation of Zen, but it will also be much more power efficient. Related AMD 12nm Zen Plus based 2nd generation Ryzen 7 2000 CPU performance benchmarks leak out. Pinnacle Ridge shows impressive clock bumps, up to 4.35 GHz clocks. If AMD continues its value philosophy forward with Starship, then it can eventually go on to pose a significant challenge to Intel's Xeon and Xeon Phi chips. The Xeon Phi co-processors will be the only offerings from Intel which will outstrip Starship in terms of the raw core count. As is usually the case with chips from the Blue Giant however, they are very pricey, and when it comes down to it, the use cases that these chips are targeting can be achieved just as easily by employing more than one processor, as long as it is cost and power effective. If the 7nm FinFET process is anything like past nodes, it will be based on a 10nm backbone, and UV lithography, which is technically good till 5nm, should be able to take us that far. Even then, late 2018 is the earliest we can expect any working x86 processor on the 7nm node to materialize. Otherwise, we are looking at the same 2019 estimates for 7nm chips. Finally, we have 2020 where we will enter the optimization phase once again, and Threadripper will be succeeded by NG Head, next generation Head, with Vermeer and Renoir taking over the mainstream and mobility side of things, respectively. According to video cards, Picasso will be based on Zen 2 while Renoir will be based on Zen 3. AMD's 2nd generation Ryzen specs, CPU name AMD Ryzen 5 2600, AMD Ryzen 5 2600, AMD Ryzen 7 2700, AMD Ryzen 7 2700X, CPU family Ryzen 2 Ryzen 2 Ryzen 2 Ryzen 2 release date 19th April 200 April 200 April 200 April 2018 TDP 65W95W 65W105W total cache 19 MB, L2 plus L3 19 MB, L2 plus L3 20 MB, L2 plus L3 20 MB, L2 plus L3. CPU UART 12nm Zen plus 12nm Zen plus 12nm Zen plus 12nm Zen plus CPU threads 12121616 CPU cores 6688 boost clock 3.9 GHz 4.25 GHz 4,1 GHz 35 GHz space clock 3.4 GHz 3,6 GHz 3.2 GHz 3 7 GHz memory support DDR4 2933 DDR4 2933 DDR4 2933 DDR4 2933 Cooler Bundle Wraith Stealth Wraith Spire Lead Wraith Prism Price $199 $249 US $299 US $369 US